My advice to young people at the age of 25. Make more mistakes and don't worry about it. The main thing is when. Get up. I've been up twice. I failed the final exam in elementary school and failed the high school. The high school entrance exam 3 times. When I graduated from university, I started looking for a job and I got 30 rejections. So he enjoys the process when you're at a young age. Benefit from the lessons that life teaches you. Just enjoy the show. Between the ages of 30 and 40, you should have a very serious mindset to be as productive as possible of your life's work. From 40 to 50, you need to focus on the things that you're really good at, but by the time when you're 50 to 60, invest in young people because young people can do a better job than you can. So rely on them to help you. Keep them and pretty soon you'll see that they're real professionals. But if you're about 25 years old, don't worry about failing. Every mistake today is a great opportunity for you. Your future will not be a battle for knowledge, it will be a battle for creativity. The struggle for imagination. The battle for learning will be the battle for thinking outside the box. And if you ask them to think like everybody else automatically, you're going to have problems. For the last 20 years people have been working as machines, and in the next 20 years machines are going to work like people. So the future is not about the knowledge of places, but for the wisdom of minutes. And was about knowledge in production and the future. And production and the future will be about creativity. I think in the next 30 years the world is going to change a lot. New technology is going to change every aspect of our lives. I just know it. The world needs to focus on more than just IKEA and the emotional quotient, but also the love quotient, because only when you care about those who are less fortunate and those who are more successful than you, do you have a chance to change this world and make a difference. 15 years ago, the internet was a miracle. Back then, the internet seemed very clever and unrealistic, but now it seems to me now because everyone who's smart uses the internet. So you have to start with a miracle. I've made mistakes. A lot of you might think it's a miracle. A lot of you might think it's funny. I failed in elementary school, and 3 times I failed the entrance exam too. I tried to go to university, and to do that I had to pass the entrance exams. And I failed 3 times. Can you believe I spent 3 years trying to get into university? And when I graduated I started looking for a job and I got 30 rejections, and I wanted to get a job with the police, but they told me and we weren't the right fit. I even tried to get a job with the case, I got the whole thing in China. I remember we had 24 people. We went there to apply for a job. 23. Or spit it out, and I was the only one who was rejected. And when the 5 of us to the police department, 4 of us got the job and I was the one who was rejected. So I'm used to being rejected. I'm used to being rejected. And by the way, I told you I applied 10 times. I applied to Harvard and I got rejected. I got rejected too. I learned a lot from Hollywood movies. Especially Forrest Gump. I love him. Why? Because he was simple guy who never gave up. People thought he was stupid, but he knew what he was doing. I was very upset and I was in the States that day in 2002 or 2003. And I really wanted to see the movie. But I couldn't get access to the internet and yet when I saw the movie Forrest Gump at my friend's house, I thought, that's the guy that we should all be. To get the door plate for what you do. I love it no matter how you're perceived. People keep it simple, and I especially love the phrase life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. Right, I never thought I'd be I'd be here performing for you. I never knew it would be like this, but today, I did it. I told the people I used to live with. I lived with 15 years ago that we have to work hard. To work hard, not for ourselves, but to help those around us become successful. And 80% of young people in China can be successful. None of us have rich parents and powerful relatives, and we don't have dollars in the bank or connections in the government. We just have to work as a team. For the sake of our overall success, I'm concerned about the fact that a lot of young people today have no hope, no goals, and start complaining in their society. I'm dealing with that. And I know firsthand that it's not a very pleasant feeling to be rejected by so many people, and it often leads to depression. But it's not forever, once you recover a little bit. We realize that there are so many opportunities. And the way you look at the world, you grab for opportunities. I, for example, have been able to see the benefits of Hollywood movies, and I learn a lot from them. I learned that when I was young, I always told myself that everything was possible, but now I look at others and see that not everything is possible for all of us. We all have a lot of our own things that we have to think about. For example, I have to look at the global things. I have to balance the interests of the company's customers to the employees, shareholders. So if you don't take care of, no matter what, there is no revenge. It's just that if you don't do it, everything is impossible. But if the first step, at least you will. Hope, just take it easy and enjoy the game. There's always a way out. Stay calm and at the same time, be ready to attack. Because business is competition, and competition is fun. Business is competition. If my competitor loses, I'm a winner, and even if I lose, I'm still the winner. Winner first, so business is. I don't think there are many people in the world who have been rejected over 30 times. My secret is that I never give up. I'm like Forrest Gump. I keep fighting. I keep evolving. I never complain that you're not important here. Whether you're successful or not. I've noticed that people leave our company after making a mistake or failing a project. Always complain to others and never try to come back to us. They give up. They don't want to make a mistake by saying, there's something wrong with me and there's something wrong with. They don't understand that. That's the way life works. There's a lot of people who I talked to at the time about Alipay told me that it was the most idiotic idea you've ever come up with, but I said if people want to use it, I don't use it. I don't care if it's stupid or not. And now there are 800 million people using Alipay in 1999 and 2000. In the Yahoo days, a lot of people were saying, it's Jack crazy, he's doing things that people don't need. Venture capitalists, they give you money if you work. The current American model, Alibaba, that model would never work. They kept repeating it. The same report is just crazy. I remember the first time was in Time magazine. They called me Crazy Jack. I think it's cool to be crazy. I was crazy, but not bent. I knew that for a week, but when we all agreed with me then, if you all believed that my idea, I wouldn't stand a chance. Very grateful to the investors for the money that we were able to raise, and if they make a lot of money, it's a great honor and I'm proud of it. We're all different and we're all unique. So you have to have your own unique way. Most people these days, a lot of complaining, saying I have no opportunity. I used to complain a lot when I was young, and I suddenly realized that complaining doesn't solve any problems of opportunity. Always in those places where people complain, there's a lot of opportunity in the world because there's a lot of complaining in it. If you can just one of those complaints, you have Have a tremendous opportunity to become and help those around you. That's what I've done. I did. So if you want to be an entrepreneur, don't be entrepreneur, don't be afraid of hardship, and never give up. When we started the company, there were 18 of us owners, including me, and most of these 17 people were my classmates. Now people think that those 18 people are the smartest people in China. But we're not the smartest. We always went all the way to the bottom. We all went to very poor schools. We all follow the simplest principles of success. We all believe in the future. We're all very optimistic. We're all on the wrong side. We're all names when we don't give up. If you come from rich families, have graduated from prestigious universities, please respect people from poor families who graduated from ordinary schools. People like us from poor families, please respect yourselves. You have a chance to change the world. And people will say you're lucky, and we're lucky. Very lucky that we made so many. That we only had 19 years to get to where we are today. We've been through so many difficult situations. We've made so many mistakes that people can even imagine, and in all those 19 years, these difficulties have made us very strong.